But offensively, that's where I've got my problems. I didn't see anybody on the perimeter that could really make plays. I didn't see the outstanding play of anyone on the wide receiver position or the running back position that I thought looked extra special. The offensive line did okay, but they certainly didn't dominate or control the game in any such way. And then I can't believe that we've gone this far into the show and we haven't brought up one name. That's, of course, Adrian Martinez.
Well, that's kind of where my problems start too. Is that I thought we were going to see a different Adrian Martinez out there, more decisive and more athletic. And well, I mean, besides that 75-yard touchdown run, that was pretty electric. Saw the same old guy that really was kind of looked lost out there at certain times. And yeah, I'm at a loss for words to, what I was expecting coming into the year. And I saw that question over there about a QB too, is that I'm even wondering too, what do you do after Adrian Martinez too? Because I don't think that they have a bona fide number 2 backup quarterback either at this point. Either Logan Smothers or Heinrich Harburg that they might be, feel safe going to. Matt Masker might know the offense better than anybody out there and might be the next guy up in my mind if you needed to pull Adrian Martinez out of there. So, yeah, things start at the top, and he needs a lot of help. Okay, he had a guy's, a left tackle starting for his first time ever. And you had a freshman running back starting the game, and so he has some growing pains going on there as well. And like I said, we've been talking about this identity that you want to do, and you want to chunk off yards running the ball, and when things aren't clicking, I don't understand why, if it's Coach Frost or Coach Lubick, why they kind of just stray away from it, and just not just pound the ball 3 times, and if you don't make a first down, punt and get out of there. Eliminate these mistakes. Create that identity that you're bragging about trying to do, and let's see it. Let's not pull the trigger too quick and start trying to throw the ball all over the place. That's kind of the way I see things right now.
Back to that receiver point, like with Adrian, Mark, you were saying that you didn't see any receiver that really stood out to you. But we did see Adrian do things like completely overthrow, like, was it Wyatt Luir in the end zone? Like, completely overthrew him. Somehow he overthrew Austin Allen, who's 6'9". And a few times Chris Hickman. So we're not going to be able to see what these receivers can do if Adrian can't make those passes when he has time in the pocket. And if he doesn't have time in the pocket at all, he's going to have either be forced to, run it out or make bad decisions like we saw with the fumble. So it's going to be hard to be able to gauge what they have in these receivers if nothing is working up front.
I've made this statement once in a while when we get on these college quarterbacks, and I made it with whatever analysis I had after the game. We took calls after the game that I think we get on these college quarterbacks a little bit too much, just because then we watch these guys on Sunday who are almost perfect, like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, who are just ridiculous. So they're going to miss some throws. He threw the ball 32 times. You're not going to throw the ball perfect every time. But he did miss too many throws. He missed a lot of throws. And guys were open. They weren't like he was trying to thread a needle. He just missed open targets, mostly to his left. I don't know if that's a mechanics thing, but it seemed to be mostly to his left.
It seems like, like a thing he's been with his whole career. I don't know. I'm not a quarterback's coach. I never claimed to be, and I don't know. To me, it's all a decision-making thing is what I see. I mean, I've been around the game my whole life, and I just see it as a decision-making problem that's processing things in his head right now. And I don't know what you do to fix that.
Go Big Red says Martinez is throwing off his back foot. I know that there's been talk about his mechanics not being the best. And if you're really not tight with mechanics, then once the bullets start to fly and the rushers are headed at you, then that typically falls apart pretty quickly because you can't be thinking about what you're doing. You just need to go out and be able to do it.
I don't see, it's hard for me to even remember how many few times that he actually gets to step back and stand there in the pocket and actually make a throw when he's not on the run. So that's probably problem number one in my mind right now.
So, yeah, the offensive line didn't get a push in the running game. They the longest run, take out Adrian Martinez, but the longest run from a running back was 11 yards. So Gabe Irvin only averaged 2.8 yards per carry. And, yeah, they just didn't do anything on the ground.
Like I said, I think they abandoned the running game way too early. And even when you were down by 2 touchdowns in the second half, just keep running the ball, in my mind. See what you can do. Just limit those mistakes. That's what stands out. Just come on. Like they said, run the damn ball.
At the press conference today, they were talking about how they stopped running the ball as much because they felt they were down, so that they need to pass and try to get that score up. But like you said, it was like 2 touchdowns at that point. And last year, Illinois had like the worst rushing defense or something in the country. And I understand it's a new coach, but those are pretty much the same guys. So if you just kept on running at them, especially with the way that offensive line, the Huskers, has been hyped up a little bit, maybe that would have gave them some confidence. But we also saw that they weren't completely up to standard on Saturday.
Yeah, and it was all the same guys. They had 41 seniors and 22 super seniors on that team?
Yeah.
Yeah, the most in the country coming back.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And like I think I said last week, I didn't know if that was good or bad because they had a pretty bad football team. If you bring all those guys back, is that good or bad? Well, they should be better.
I want to know. They're leading the Big Ten right now. They are your Big Ten leaders.
They are.
They
are technically that. And nobody ever said that Brett Bielema couldn't win a Big Ten game because he's won quite a few. He won 3 consecutive conference championships. So he's been there and done that.
I think he really enjoys playing against Nebraska too. I get that sense from him.
Well, when you've grown up in Illinois, you played at Iowa, then you coached at Wisconsin. Nebraska is just kind of a normal, as a new team to the Big Ten, kind of a normal nemesis or a appropriate nemesis, I guess.